All right, what's up? I'm going to talk you through um, how to create a random style generator. So, last night I was warming up and I thought, man, I really wish there was something that could just tell me to play this exercise staccato and then cycle through the different articulations and dynamics. So I went into ChatGPT and I said, act as a PHP coder because I knew I could run PHP on my computer. And I said, write a program that upon a key press gives me a random way to play a musical exercise. The way to play the musical exercise will be generated from a variety of parameters. Each roll of the dice, a random parameter from each parameter array will be selected and then concatenated to give the final version. Concatenated just means put together. So then I named out the parameters, the dynamics, the styles, feelings. I tried it and it created the code, and that code worked immediately. But I found, well, except that I could only run it once. So then I said add a run loop so I could just press return to get a new combo. So fix that. And then I realized I don't actually like having all of those outputs. So it's too much for me. It was overwhelming. So I said make it so when I run it, I can provide flags that control the behavior. I want the default to be that only articulation and dynamic are provided. So I talked add flags and I made a cool shell script and blah 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 and it works. So I can, if I actually clear this up and I run it, I can do that. Staccato fortissimo, barely separate fortissimo, clean slur forte, clean slur triple forte, barely separate piano, liquid slur piano, sostenuto fortissimo, etc. Right? You get the idea. Different every time. There's a mezzo piano. And if I want to include what was it? Dash S for style. I can include a style. See, style Mozart, style Baroque, style Strauss, style Stravinsky, style Mahler. And if I wanted to include dash F to include a feeling, I could do calm, happy, noble, fearful, menacing, sad, etc. Or I could do both. Sad, Shostakovich, mezzo piano, barely separate. As you can imagine, that's a little bit too much information for you know for me anyway. So I like that, but I wanted to turn that into something that could be used by anybody on my website. So I've got my website right here, marsgelfo.com, and what that means is that it needs to be JavaScript, not PHP. And I thought that's going to be better. And you could run it on your own website, etc. So that's what we're going to do now. So we've already have this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell ChatGPT, I'm going to start this from scratch. So I'm going to provide this prompt, but I'm going to start a new one. And so we can show what it's like to just completely start it from fresh. So I'm going to say, I'm going to edit this a little bit. I'm going to say act as a web JavaScript coder and write me a simple script, script in JavaScript that will run, I'm going to say in an HTML file served on my website. That gives me a, what did I, gives me, what did I say? Darn it, that gives me a random way to play a musical exercise. Gives me a random way that repeatedly generates a random way to play a musical exercise, right? So the way they play, blah, 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 variety of parameters, each roll of the dice, that's all fine. Parameters, that's fine, right? Feelings, all that. Okay, so now what I'm going to say is I'd like it to be laid out as follows. At the top is a big button I can press that will regenerate the style, regenerate the output. We'll call it the output. The button will also display the output as text. So the button should be big and bright, you know, maybe 30% width of the screen and at least 200 pixels high, say 300 pixels high. Maybe, yeah, 30% width of the screen, window, and then below that are the parameters. So actually do them as follows. So each parameter array has a name, like articulation. The articulation, the name will have a checkbox next to it that lets me select or deselect whether it's involved in the output. And below the checkbox and parameter name will be a text area, prox, let's just say 30 characters wide and 10 lines tall, that contains the parameters, each of the parameters in that, you know, array, so that I can edit the text area. So each parameter is on its own line. Thus, when the script goes to generate the output, it will do the following. Go through all parameters that have a checkbox that are checked. Read the parameters. Read the parameter array for each checked parameter. Read the parameter array from the text area, e.g. each element is separated by a new line. And then, and then select a random parameter for each checked parameter. So let's say call that an element, select a random element for each checked parameter, and then output the concatenated elements onto the output area. All right, seems pretty complete for now. Basic layout. Each parameter area should be its own div. I'm just gonna say its own, div section. That's a little bit technical, but pretty understandable, so that it's easy for them to re-lay out on a responsive layout. Okay, just kind of thinking ahead a little bit. Okay, so then it's gonna generate the code. Lovely, it's got some style, it's got it's got the button, it's got the output, which is different from the button, but that's okay. And okay, yeah, looking good so far. So let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna create a new file called randomstyle.html. Boom, open that. And can I just drag it into a browser? Maybe not. Reveal in Finder, and pew. All right, not bad. We've got some weird text, but I'm gonna say generate exercise. Sostenito, fortissimo, revel. We're missing a feeling, but maybe there was just an empty feeling. There was an empty feeling. Okay, great. Okay, so that works, and we can just choose the ones that we want. Pretty cool, huh? Seems like we've got empties. That's just some code issues. Okay. So yeah, exactly. All right, pretty good. So now when I go in here, I'm a little confused that the text area seems to have, I think we're probably going to need to do that to get rid of any kind of so that's one bug. That's one bug that we're going to need to fix. So just tell ChatGPT, okay, good, but here are the bugs, right? Number one, blank text in the text areas actually creates blank parameters, so make sure that the default text in each text area has no white space after it before closing the text area tag. Number two, the button itself should show the output, meaning the text of the output should be the text of the button. All right, if possible. Well, no, okay, maybe that's dumb. All right, so make the button smaller, actually, just normal button size. Make the text output area larger with large text, because it's, you know, it should really be the same size as the title. Okay, H1. Okay, then what else? What else? So this is fine. That's totally fine. Now, so let's see about that. Okay, so now it's gonna fix that. And I had some ideas about making this even better that I'm gonna look at when I was journaling today. Oh, okay. You know, just written journal ideas, because, you know, I was thinking about this. And the basic one was to have it, right, so let's test this. Oh, it actually, it had a better solution. So it actually, instead of trying to get rid of the white space, it still got rid of the white space, but I think it also trimmed it. Yeah, filter out blank lines. Smart ChatGPT. I really like that. So now if I, you know, oh, nice. Great. So then I can just do that, and I can deselect the ones that I want. Yeah, so now we're gonna do a little bit of interface work. So number one, make it so I can click the name of the parameter as well to deselect, to toggle the checkbox, and give it some style so it's apparent that the checkbox and parameter are one thing, e.g. a background color that toggles, you know, depending on whether it's on or off, and a border radius on that background box that contains obviously you should be able to see it. So checkbox and parameter are one thing, right? Okay, so the checkbox and parameter should be one line. The text area below should be on a new line below the checkbox parameter line. All of it should be contained in a bounding rectangle that has a border radius of 35 pixels. The rectangle should toggle color between light green and light gray, depending on whether that parameter is on or off. Luckily, ChatGPT deals with misspellings pretty well. And then there's, I think, add a checkbox at the very top to automatically regenerate every X seconds, where X is a text field. You can default 30. You can change. When this checkbox is checked, automatically regenerate a random combination every X seconds. All right. What else? What else? Yeah. Well, let's see how that works. And the positive / negative is that every time you seem to do this in ChatGPT, it has to rewrite all the code, which can take some time. But it's all good, It'd be nicer if it could just tell you what to edit or just give you the file, but it's all right. AI is in its infancy, and you can see that the code's getting more and more complicated. So actually, probably the fact that it's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's great. Good job, ChatGPT. Let's copy that code, paste it in here, save it, and see what we got now. All right. So, boom. No, we've lost the checkbox. All right. So, let's see about this. Okay, getting buggy. Getting buggy. Getting buggy. Getting very buggy. Very, very buggy. All right. So that didn't work at all. All right. That didn't work at all. The checkboxes are gone. The generate button doesn't work. I don't see any output. So one thing that I could do is just say that some of these, separate the HTML from the JavaScript and have it in two different files, or have these text areas in a different file, and that would probably make things a little bit smoother. But so I pasted it, I saved it, and that didn't really seem to fix anything. So that's kind of not so cool. That's sort of fun. I'm just gonna check here what's going on in the code. So it looks like there's some right, so toggle checkbox. It looks like the checkboxes aren't even being made. So now I need to use a little bit of just a little bit. I see, so that's why it's not generating, because it's getting an error. So where it says .checked is an issue. Yeah, so just the checkboxes are missing. You only have the labels, not the checkboxes. Fix it. Let's see if it can do it. Sometimes ChatGPT can get a little stupid. But, you know, this is cool. We were 20 minutes in. Yeah, it's got the checkboxes now. Great. So hopefully this code will work, and, you know, I can just sit here while it generates. That's pretty fun. And I can think about what I want to great, thanks. So let's see here. Let's see if this works. All right, great. So now we got that, and the color change isn't working, but you know, we can select that every, let's say every 1 second. Let's see if that works. It's not necessarily auto regenerating. But it is working. And then number 2, I should be able to click the auto regenerate text, make it a label for the checkbox to toggle. And then number 3, the color change is not working. When I toggle a parameter, it should turn the bounding box light gray if it's off. All right, so you just describe the problem, and then it normally fixes it. Is that, can I copy the code before it's done? Oh, that's the old code. Whoops. Here we go. Still working. Still working, ChatGPT. Writing me a novel. Writing me a novel. But, you know, just drink my coffee. I feel like now would be a good time for a joke, but I don't have any. So I'm going to say, great, tell me a good joke about French horn players and coders. All right, well, I copy this. You know, pet 2 cats with 1 hand. Okay. There we go. There we go. So there's definitely some, you know, some timing issues here, but that doesn't work. So I'm just going to copy the error. Oh God, that's bad. Why did the French horn player become a coder? Because they wanted to learn a new kind of notation. All right, so the toggle color doesn't work. Number 2. So I'm going to say number 1, the auto regenerate is a total fucking mess. It doesn't change the duration based on updates in the text box. So any text box change should restart the timer. re- remove the label kind of like, yeah, aspect on the actual text because it's not working. E.g., when I click the text box, it also toggles the check box, which doesn't work at all. And set the checkbox on by default and make sure it's to the left of the auto regenerate text. All right. Okay. So we're coming up on 30 minutes. It's actually, pretty cool at this point. 5 seconds is not good. It's also off right now. It's pretty sad. All right. But ChatGPT is working as hard as it can. Let's look at the code and see if we can figure it out while we're here. All right. So generate, auto regenerate. So yeah, that doesn't work. It should just look like this. I could probably fix this faster than ChatGPT. There's gonna be an on change there. I mean, honestly, there's a thing called GitHub Copilot that would probably write this code for me. But let's look at what happens on the auto regenerate. So start auto regenerate, stop auto regenerate. I don't think we need that, but let's just say that I don't think we need this, for example. And I do think that we can say start equal, so just on change. Where is that? I had an on change. On change equals just update, regenerate, update, regenerate interval. It's just gonna be a function that I put down here. Super easy function, if I could type, which is gonna be stop auto regenerate and then start auto regenerate. It's super simple, right? So if I did that, actually, boom. Well, let's make it every 5 seconds. Pew. Yeah. Okay, I mean the timing kind of sucks, but say it's every 1 second. Should be fast now. Okay, and then if it's every 10 seconds, should be slower. Great. And I can click to disable it and it'll stop, hopefully. I think the timer kind of sucks, but that's okay. JavaScript timers are traditionally shitty. All right, so that's the code. Let's see how ChatGPT fixed it. Yeah. Oh, interesting. On input, that's actually smarter. And then how'd they fix it in the code down here? Oh, it's still writing. Oh, it ran out. Okay, so keep generating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, smart. Mm-hmm. 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 Smart. Yeah, super smart. All right. Yeah, it does. ChatGPT writes good code. better, more complete than my code. Solved it in different ways. All right. So then all we need is just generate, and if I set this to 10 seconds, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, something like that. If we do it every 1 second, boom, boom, boom. And we can cut those things. Now we just need the one thing. We can turn that off, and hopefully it stops. Great, it stopped. All right, great, great, awesome job. Just one final thing. Yeah, first of all, change border radius on those bounding boxes to 15, 10 pixels, and the color is still not updating on toggle. The color of the bounding box. Make it so that when a parameter is disabled, the color of the bounding box is a light gray. When it's enabled, it should be the light green you already have. This is great. So we're at 32 minutes. And this should be the final code, and then I'll be basically ready to upload this. Maybe I'll add a little bit of sort of ugly. We can center this. We can the generate exercise area. We've got the title. We've got the. We can make the button a little bit bigger, and we can make this auto regenerate area a little bit bigger. Auto regenerate. And we can add a little background behind this. Let's see how this works. No, that doesn't work. All right, so I might at this point update parameter section style. It's really messed up. Parameter dash section class off. It should actually work. But you can see here it's not. Yeah. So just tell it. Yeah. The class change in e.g. doesn't actually work. It's not changing the class. You may need a different approach to work in modern browsers. All right, and then the other thing that I wanted was go ahead and also center the auto regenerate div section like everything else. 3, make the generate button a little larger. Say like maybe padding 20 pixels on all sides. And style the button to be a little more friendly looking, like border radius, or even a shadow if possible. And number 4, put a nice frame in the output area. around the output area with background color, maybe even, yeah, some multiple color kind of like nested boxes or something. See what ChatGPT comes up, right? Just be inspired by UI best practices and interfaces, interface design, and then make the default text of the output when there is no output that it says in italics and light italics, quote parentheses, awaiting output. Okay, let's see what happens. I mean, this is cool. Like, I could probably do this. I don't think I could do this as fast as ChatGPT. It's been 36 minutes, and you know, there's been some bugs, but like, there's bugs when I code as well. Certainly things like the auto regeneration, and I've got one final thing that's gonna just make this ridiculous, super ridiculous, and it's gonna demonstrate just how powerful ChatGPT can actually be. So we really just gotta hit continue generating. And yeah, spoiler alert. So I think that, you know, when I think about other people using this, it's possible they might want different categories. So I'm gonna give them the option, you know, to actually, I'm gonna give them an option to have the output, each category on each parameter on its own line. And I'm going to give people the option to create their own category. So there should be just a little button down here that says create new category that generates a new category. Let's see how this works though first. Otherwise, I am limiting myself to maximum an hour, preferably 45 minutes. Hey! Hey, very cool. All right. Great. Okay, so add some, you know, margin to the button as well. Center the output text, and when it's and make it bold, regular, not italic, when there is actual output in the output area, right? Three, add an option add several options, add a parameter, add a checkbox area just like you did before, a div, a full clickable toggle div below the output with options for number one, to put each new parameter on a new line, default on, and B, to include parameter name before the parameter, default off. When it's on, have it be like articulation, sostenuto, e.g. the name and a colon. All right, and then we're gonna give me a button at the after all the existing parameters to create a new parameter that will create a new bounding box with a checkbox, a text box to name the parameter, and a blank text area where of default size where I can enter my new elements. And then those can then be selected and included in the output. Ha! Let's see if ChatGPT can do that. That's something like if you asked a coder, they'd be like, "Come on!" But here, it's just the same as, you know, change this, just as easy as changing the style from italics to, you know. So that's pretty cool. So just wait, watch it upload. I can actually maybe yeah. Continue generating. F sharp major. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah, we're done. All right. Let's see if that works. Hey, looking pretty good here. I don't see the put each. Okay, that's cool. So let's say we have, well, we could have, you know, fun, bad, horrible, etc. Okay, so there's definitely some bugs here. All right, so bugs. Number one, we are now missing oh, I see. It said add all the existing parameters. Okay, fine. Here, let's refactor this. Here. All the other parameters. I see you put that in a comment so that to save time. Let's instead refactor so that we programmatically generate all of the parameter boxes and put the default parameters like articulation, dynamic, style, etc., all the ones I provided into code in simple arrays, then programmatically generate all the boxes. All right, so then 2, we're gonna say the new parameter generation basically works, but it should be after the existing. Well, actually, that's fine. We can just, but there should be a text box, an editable for the name, rather than a than just new parameter. Three, style on the parameter boxes. The checkbox label name should be aligned top. and then a line break and the text area below. Okay, let's see if ChatGPT can do that. I mean, now we're getting some really solid code here. Which is what I should be doing, is actually practicing. Okay, we're getting close, getting close, getting close. Let's see. All right, so so that's not working. I see no parameter boxes. And the parameters should be stored as an array, so it's more readable. And then the text area, text with the new line, should be programmatically generated. Okay, let's see if it fixes it. Yeah, new mouthpiece. Okay. Continue generating. Okay, we're making progress though. Making progress. This is cool. We're writing a code novel. Let's see if this works. Nope. All right. So, nope, still doesn't work. Why? Let's see if we can figure out why. Let's look at the code. Sometimes ChatGPT needs a little bit of help, but nope, that doesn't work. Though the new line param storage thing is better. I don't see any parameters generated. So I think it's possible. Parameter container. Yeah, there should be a actually see. There should be some code to take the default parameters and actualize them onto the page when it loads. Right? Right? Did it understand? Yes, missed the initialization of the default parameters. Yes, thank you. Is it doing it? Okay, let's see. We got a big old file now. Nope. Nope. See, when things get a little too complicated, we might be at the edge of ChatGPT's competence. Water everywhere. Aha. Continue generating. Still generating. We done? Okay, we shall see, ChatGPT. Hey! Bugs upon bugs. But, cool. Maybe. Alright, so we are officially, I think, too complicated. So the question is, can we get there? Alright, for now I want you to simplify the code. Keep the text, keep the parameters stored. Okay, last chance for you to fix this. Otherwise, we are going to simplify. Number one, the parameters are missing from the text areas. They should be the beautiful elements in the arrays should be there inside the text areas. Number two, clicking on the text area will select, deselect the checkbox. Don't do that. Clicks on the text area shouldn't toggle anything. Number 3, the new parameters aren't toggleable. We get errors. Number 4, nothing is being generated. No text. Whoops. All right, that's last chance. If you can't fix it, I'm going to go back to an earlier version. Yeah. We done? We done, ChatGPT? Ooh, boy. All right, let's hope this works. Otherwise, we're going to go back to the old version. Hey, that's nice. Hey, hey. Okay, well, we can fix that, right? Okay. Okay. Basic. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, so yeah, the new parameter creation doesn't work. So cut that feature. Cut the button. Keep the nice refactors we made, though. But please make it so that you know, the new line, each parameter on new line actually creates a new line in the output area, a line break between elements, and and make sure that what else? Make sure that oh yeah, that clicking the checkbox also appropriately toggles those options, and if possible, fix the fact that the color change still isn't working on bounding boxes. Okay, boy, I have to pee. It's like mouthpiece feels like sludge. It's like it's thick. I love the thickness of the tone, but not responding. Okay. Last chance, ChatGPT. Hey! Yay! 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 Well, that doesn't work, but that works. Yay, that works. That works. And we can deselect these and I'm fine with this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to just fix the remainders of these. So one of the problems was each checkbox seems to have a new line. That's annoying. That's fine. That's cool. That's cool. Not really. Oh, initialize parameters. Here we go. So we got input, label, label for, text area. I see. Okay, well we can deal with this for now. We can deal with this. All right. So this is my buggy code, and I'm gonna upload it.